Hello, I'm Heather Salmon. I've been teaching the professional speaking for migrants to migrants and refugees for the past 6 years through English language partners. I find it an excellent program, which is why we repeat it every year. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about why it is so good and how I teach it. The students are usually about intermediate ESOL level, which means that they have reasonable vocabulary, they can communicate well in English, but not always correctly and not always confidently. Some of my students are currently working, some are building their skills ready for applying for work. English Language Partners was looking for a program to extend learners who have the basic language skills but need to advance their confidence and ability to speak in business environments. The syllabus requirements are excellent for this group. The exercises give them experience at using word-based language, speaking in front of others, presenting in a range of work-related speaking situations, both prepared and impromptu. All activities are related to their current or intended occupation and speaking to people or groups relevant to that occupation. There's huge learning for them in making work-related presentations lasting 5 to 7 minutes. They learn to design and use PowerPoint presentations effectively, to project to a group, to arrange information in an appropriate structure, to make their information relevant for the intended audience, and to use effective English for this. They also learn to think and speak on the spot with both discussion and role-play exercises. My classes usually begin with 8 to 10 students, and 1 to 2 decide it's not appropriate for them. I run this as a 10-week, 3 hours a week course, which of course culminates in the examination. I strongly urge them to attend every lesson, though in reality most will miss 1 to 2 lessons. I start with teaching them to make a presentation because this is really the most challenging skill, and it also opens up teaching vocabulary, grammar, and structuring information. With grammar, Speech New Zealand is realistic in its expectations, so mistakes are recognised but only commented on where appropriate for further development. In our lessons, we also focus a lot on correct use of emphasis, both within words and in sentences. This is something they've often not had much teaching in the past, and they find it extremely helpful. Likewise, reading aloud is a very useful skill for ESOL learners. They increase their vocabulary and their ability to recognise and pronounce words, as well as making the words on the page meaningful for others. The prepared social speech is often something they're totally unfamiliar with, but it helps them to think in terms of the needs of the audience and the occasion, so it's another very useful learning activity. Because they learn in groups, communication throughout our lessons is very real. We develop a positive learning environment where they build confidence in trying things out in front of others, and also in giving positive and helpful feedback, which of course is great learning for the speaker and also for the person giving the feedback. In my experience, the learners have always become very supportive and encouraging of each other, and this builds their self-confidence too. In the examination, the examiners have always likewise been very supportive and encouraging. Some students have only had experience of authoritarian testing and are very positively surprised by how good they feel in the examination, which of course helps them to do well. The examinations themselves are conducted in groups and with an audience. I encourage the students to be the audience for others, and they also bring members of their families and colleagues, all of whom are encouraged to participate in the discussions. and who without exception are amazed at the quality of work presented. So it's a great marketing tool. So I love teaching this syllabus. The students are always so keen to learn, so appreciative of what they learn. And of course, I learn so much too about their cultures, their experiences, and their work life. It's definitely a win-win for both students and teachers, all made possible by the support and encouragement of Speech New Zealand. My experience has only been with ESOL students, but the program itself is equally valuable for English-speaking students who want to extend their skills in speaking confidently and professionally in workplace situations. I strongly urge you to give it a go. Teaching this syllabus will be a very satisfying and rewarding experience for you, as well as for your students.